Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and welcome Isabella Agüero, a kindergarten student at United Day School, to lead us in the invocation.
Please bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to come together tonight for this wonderful event. Thank you to these outstanding individuals who have done so much for Laredo. We ask that you watch over them and their families. Thank you for Junior Achievement, which is working to help kids to create a better future for themselves. And thank you for this wonderful meal that we are about to enjoy. Please bless it to our good health. In your name we pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and welcome Carl Kraus, a kindergarten student at United Day School, as he leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the United High School Choir Quartet as they perform God Bless America.
My home.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ricky L. Maldonado, San Antonio Market President for Texas Capital Bank, to welcome us this evening.
Thank you, guys. A little bit difficult to follow the children in a choir, but I will certainly do my best. Thank you, everyone, for being here this evening, and please be seated. Thank you, everyone, for being here this evening. Congratulations to our honorees. On behalf of Texas Capital Bank, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to Junior Achievement, just for allowing us the opportunity to not only sponsor the event, but to take part in an event where so many very deserving laureates are going to be recognized. Honestly, I can't think of a better way to promote an organization like Junior Achievement than to celebrate three individuals that have truly lived the American dream. Here with us today in celebration, Melissa Cigaroa, Kurt Kraus, and James Moore. Big round of applause. Everyone in this room, I'm sure, has stories on these individuals that as the night goes on will come out, or at least I hope they come out. But those that have either worked with, worked for, or been involved in the community with any of these individuals know that their success has not only been within their respective careers, but have truly been just as meaningful in the community, which, I think as we go through this night and reflect on their careers, their achievements, both in business and within the community, I just hope that we take a second to reflect on our own lives and the impact that we can have on our community, to at least mimic in some small way what these individuals have done for our communities. So for the honorees, congratulations. To everyone here, thank you for being at the event, and let's get this party started. Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mario Guzman Jr. of Mario Guzman Jr. Insurance Agency and current Junior Achievement of Laredo Board President, and also Oralia Bernal, District Director for Junior Achievement of Laredo.
Good evening. Thank you all for being here. Before I get started, I'm going to make Ms. Bernal behind me cringe a little bit. As president of Junior Achievement, I just do want to take a quick minute, selfish minute. I want to thank my parents for being here, Mario Guzman and Grace Guzman. Mom and Dad, I love you very much. Thank you for everything you've done for me. I told you I'd be president someday, president of Junior Achievement, okay? It's not the United States. I am the eldest of 4 sons, so Mom taking care of me and my brothers, plus my dad, sweaty guys running all over the house, breaking stuff. So thank you, Mother. And I'm the eldest, and since my youngest brothers are not here, you can say I'm the favorite son, right? Yes, okay, gotcha. Well, good evening. On behalf of Junior Achievement of Laredo, Board of Directors, and over 18,000 students enrolled in JA this year. Remember that number, 18,000. I thank you for supporting the Junior Achievement mission through your attendance. If you are a JA board member, would you please stand and be recognized? And if you are a past board member, please also stand and be recognized.
I'm already standing.
Thank you, board members, for all the work that you all do to making sure that we reach as many students as possible. The Junior Achievement board members direct an outstanding JA staff to achieve the amazing work of recruiting, placing, and training more than 500 volunteers. Now, this is where I make Ms. Bernal cringe again. When we say staff to have events like tonight, to reach 18,000 students and have over 700 volunteers, you would think there is a staff of 10, 20 people. But I'm gonna let you all know that staff is 2 people, and that's Ms. Bernal right here and Mr. Rudy Bettis right there that do this year in and year out. 18,000 students reached, so we can impact them with financial literacy, which is very critical in today's time. These volunteer role models do more than deliver a simple curriculum. They shape young lives. I speak for JA when I say we are proud of our students, education partners, and supporters, and we thank you all here tonight. To our distinguished laureates, thank you for sharing your stories with us. We are here this evening to recognize and celebrate your achievements, to honor the values that have guided you, and prepare our students to follow in your footsteps. When dreaming of the future, our children look to the present for examples of leadership and excellence, examples that are recorded in the Laredo Business Hall of Fame. Ms. Bernal.
Good evening, and thank you everyone for being in attendance tonight, supporting our laureates. Congratulations to each of you. And we continue with the 2024 Hall of Fame. Very proud of our laureates for the great examples you leave in our community and the legacy. At Junior Achievement, we envision a world where young people have the skill set and the mindset to build thriving communities. Each day, we help young people discover what's possible in their lives. We do this by helping them connect what they learn in school with life outside the classroom. We let them know it's possible to invest in their future, to gain a better understanding of how the world works, and to pursue their dreams. We show them that it is possible for tomorrow to be a better day. At JA, we just don't teach financial literacy, work and career readiness, and entrepreneurship. We promote hope. Our volunteers serve as a positive role models and mentors for young people who might otherwise be disconnected. Just like our respective laureates, young people need adults in their lives to inspire and empower them to reach their boundless potential. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show, celebrating today's and tomorrow's business leaders of Laredo. And on that note, we thank this evening's sponsors. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bernal. At this time, we want to recognize our presenting sponsor. We thank Texas Capital Bank, presenting sponsor of the 2024 Business Hall of Fame. We also thank our platinum sponsors, IBC Group Laredo, Commerce Bank and IBC Zapata, Krause Development, San Isidro Management, and Texas Community Bank. Our gold sponsors, BP Newman, Gallegos Paving, and Laredo Title and Abstract. Special shout out to Chris. Thank you, Chris, for all the work you do there. Our silver sponsors, 3E Civil Construction, Falcon International Bank, shout out to Eric, Jackson Walker, LLP, William Hornberger, PNC Bank, special shout out to Nubia Gonzalez, board member. Thank you, Nubia, for all the work you do. And Unitrade for our silver sponsors. Please also recognize our many bronze sponsors and donors whose names are listed in your programs and also will be appearing on the screens. And on that note, we thank all of you here tonight in attendance for joining us for this very special celebration. We would also like to thank our past laureates that are in attendance this evening. Each has had a tremendous impact on our community. Let's have our past laureates in attendance tonight please stand to be recognized. Past laureates. There they are. Now I'll pass it on to Eric.
And now to share her insights on the impact junior achievement programs have at local schools, please welcome Mrs. Judy Puig, school counselor at Ryan Elementary School in Laredo Independent School District.
Good evening. It is truly an honor for me to share my experience with the Junior Achievement Program at my school. MS Ryan Elementary has partnered with Junior Achievement of Laredo since around 1998. In our early years, 3 to 5 classes were presented the program. For the last several years, we've been fortunate to have our entire campus sponsored. It's been a wonderful privilege for me to see how much the program has grown and evolved. As the campus contact, my role is easy. I coordinate with the extremely organized and professional Ms. Oralia Verdad and Mr. Rudy Perez for our annual JA in a Day, and they do the rest. They set up the presentation schedules by grade level and assign well-prepared student volunteers from our local high schools to each of our 34 classrooms. The volunteers present age-appropriate lessons from each thematic unit using fun, hands-on activities that are aligned with our curriculum. Because of our long-term partnership, our students have been taught the 6 different program units from kindergarten through 5th grade throughout all their time at Ryan Elementary. I have also observed the great benefits received by our high school volunteers. Teaching our students helps them build and improve their presentation and communication skills and encourages them to be prepared and organized. I'd like to think it may even make them a little more courageous. I mean, not just anyone can keep 22 first graders entertained and engaged for an entire school day. Our young students look up to their older counterparts who serve as positive role models for them. An added bonus for us at our school is when student volunteers, usually from J.W. Nixon High School, are our former Ryan students. In addition to having the experience of presenting the lessons and activities they were taught just a few years earlier, they have the opportunity to walk the halls and visit their former teachers, updating us on their busy high school lives and sharing the plans they've made upon graduation. In the 25+ years that we have partnered with Junior Achievement of Laredo, I can attest that hundreds of Ryan Bobcats have been introduced to concepts of the global economy through lessons on business models, entrepreneurship, and financial literacy. This program plants the seeds for educational and career aspirations in our young learners, and it encourages them to achieve their goals. On behalf of my administrators and staff, I would like to congratulate tonight's distinguished honorees and also extend our most heartfelt thanks to the board of the Junior Achievement of Laredo for bringing the program to our school year after year. Many thanks also to all the sponsors and donors for your generosity. Your continued support is a true investment toward the future leaders of Laredo. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Puig, for that wonderful speech. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy your dinner. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Laura Morales, General Manager, Embassy Suites of Laredo, and Junior Achievement's Vice President of the Board of Directors.
Thank you. Good evening, and thank you for being in attendance tonight. My name is Laura Morales, and I'm the General Manager at the Embassy Suites Hotel and Vice President of the Board of Directors of Junior Achievement. At Junior Achievement, we believe that every child can succeed in the business of life with the right means. Junior achievement programs are shown to inspire and prepare young people to succeed. Our approach is demonstrated to give students the tools needed to increase their chances of achieving their potential in work, career, and life, achieving economic security as adults, and increasing their chances of starting or owning a business as adults. Junior Achievement of Laredo offers free educational economic programs to students in elementary, middle, and high schools. JA programs are delivered by community volunteers recruited from the local area businesses. JA volunteers deliver the JA curriculum to students at local area schools in grades kinder to 12th grade. This school year's JA's goals is to inspire and prepare over 16,000 students in Laredo and Zapata. We do this with the help of over 500 volunteers every school year. Embassy Suites managers and myself have taught the JA programs to students at several schools, and that's a wonderful experience that we've had. I enthusiastically encourage you to volunteer to teach a class, allowing you to personally witness the immense impact and inspiration this provides to our future leaders and generations. Taking that into account, you can locate the JA pledge cards on your tables. Your continued support and involvement in this JA organization are greatly appreciated. With your contribution, we're allowed to continue making a positive impact on the lives of students and shape their future. Thank you for your time, and enjoy the rest of tonight's event. Thank you.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome tonight's Master of Ceremonies, Ms. Patty Kirby, Madison Avenue Marketing Agency.
There we go. Does that work for everyone? Oh yeah, it's nice and clear. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. After being the MC at this event for so many years now, it's so nice to be able to look forward to it year after year, come back, see all the same familiar faces and friends. It's a very warm and friendly room that we're in, so thank you for that. Tonight is a very special night because we're talking about the significant contributions that these individuals who we're honoring tonight have made to our community. I had the pleasure of getting to speak with Melissa and James and Kurt and getting to know their stories a little bit more closely, a little bit more personally on a very casual and informal talk. We were able to put together some videos about them telling their story. And as a small business owner myself, it's so inspiring to be able to hear that, you know, they also went through the same struggles that many of us here in this room can relate to, right? Not every day is a good day when you're an entrepreneur, and certainly their success did not come without challenges. And it was very humbling to hear them share those so candidly with me so that we could share their stories with you here tonight. With tonight's laureates specifically, we recognize the standard placed before us as we honor the spirit of free enterprise. So to all of you who are here today, thank you so much for what you're doing to help Junior Achievement of Laredo. It's truly an extraordinary organization, as you can see by some of these amazing and smart kiddos that you're gonna meet throughout the rest of the night and that we have met. They're so smart, they're so cool. Anyways, it's time to introduce our first laureate. And to help me, please welcome Venice Gonzalez and Steven Rubio. They're 5th grade students at Ryan Elementary School.
A well-known leader in banking, a successful business owner,
a promoter of Catholic education, higher education,
and an Aggie extraordinaire.
In our community, her impact is whole.
An entrepreneur with a heart of gold.
Melissa Figueroa has paved the way for generations of Laredoans.
Her selflessness and sincere desire to help others is what makes her one of a kind.
But today, we honor her and all of her contributions to our community.
Rooted in faith and family, driven to succeed in business,
And always putting others first.
this is Melissa Figueroa.
Melissa Figueroa's story is one of hard work, resilience, and the unwavering belief that kindness and compassion can truly make a difference. With a remarkable journey from a thriving banking career to the founding of her own business, Superior Nursing Care, she has always been guided by her profound Catholic faith and the love instilled by her parents and family.
Today is really a remarkable day for all of us, and most especially because we get to honor a very special friend. It gives me immense pleasure to congratulate Melissa Figueroa, my friend for over 25 years, with this great honor.
And I'm very happy to know that Melissa Figueroa will be inducted into the Business Hall of Fame. I have known her for many years, and her actions throughout her life have been in alignment with the vision of the Junior Achievement, in which people have the skill set and mindset to build thriving communities.
So I have known Melissa, let's just say, for many years. And in all those years, I can tell you, I've never had a better friend in Laredo than Melissa Figueroa.
As a product of Laredo's Catholic schools and a proud Texas A&M Aggie, Melissa's deep South Texas roots are evident in the organizations she pours her time and efforts into, such as the WBCA, Society of Martha Washington, the Laredo A&M Club, and Mary Help of Christian School, just to name a few.
She's always trying to help students, trying to help young people in Laredo either come to A&M or have a better life. She is not only one of the most genuine people I know, she is also one of the most generous. And whether it's buying boots for a young person from Laredo who couldn't afford them their senior year at Texas A&M, or rallying to make sure that no student graduated without wearing the coveted Aggie ring, or simply buying Aggie bucks for someone in need at Texas A&M.
One thing I can tell you about Melissa is that whenever she commits to something, she's going to go 110%. It's not enough to simply meet the goal, she must exceed it. We worked together on the Alzheimer's organization in the middle of COVID, and I will tell you, she was not going to hold back. She was relentless to make sure that not only did we meet our goal, but we surpassed it.
I first had the pleasure of meeting her when I was a senior in high school. She invited some of the seniors from the local high schools to go visit the A&M campus. She provided us with a stipend and personally drove us 5.5 hours to and from the campus. It was such an eye-opening experience, especially for those of us who are going to be first-generation college students. It was amazing to see such a big, beautiful campus and being able to witness some of the A&M traditions.
After nearly 30 years in the banking industry, Melissa faced a pivotal moment when the bank she loved was sold to a different institution, altering its familiar culture. This shift led her to reassess her own path, and she made the bold decision to leave banking behind in 2007 and embark on a new chapter in the very different realm of healthcare. In 2009, Superior Nursing Care was born out of Melissa's desire to provide that level of care that she felt was lacking in the industry. Her commitment to patient-centered service was clear from the start, as she emphasized the importance of quality medical services coupled with treating patients as if they were family.
Spending Sunday evenings enjoying dinner with the entire family. Back when the kids were small, it was really fun. What was more fun was debating with Kinney over who had the better community bank. That was always fun. But in the long run, it's just great memories that we've made through weddings, through pleasurable times like parties, celebrations, and then even through the sad times we have spent time together.
Some of my fondest memories is when I was a freshman in the Corps Cadets. The first couple of months was a little bit challenging. I was missing my family and friends. However, Melissa was there to support us.
Melissa's quiet but competent and dedicated actions have made a difference for countless students at Texas A&M. I have personally witnessed her generosity and been inspired time and time again. All of my memories of Melissa seem to revolve around her asking what she can do to help somebody.
And at the heart of it all, Family forms the vibrant thread that weaves through every chapter of Melissa's journey. She beams with pride when she speaks of her children and the remarkable individuals they've become. Plus, she gets to relish the joys of grandmotherhood now too, with 5 little ones that she enjoys spending quality time with, alongside her husband Joaquin.
In all that time, I realized also Melissa carries a very strong faith that really takes her through a lot of difficult times and through the good times. One fun factor that you might not know, Melissa's a great singer. Yes, that's true. Que Celine Dion or Aretha Franklin. Go to Mass, 5:30, San Martin de Porras daily, and you'll get her to sing Pan de Vida in high note. Great singer.
She's a friend who I count among the very best I've ever had. And I want to say to her as much as about her to all of you, Laredo is fortunate to have Melissa Cigarroa as a member of your community, much like the Aggie Network is blessed to have Melissa as a venerable, selfless servant of the Aggie Network.
Every time she would visit the Texas A&M campus, she would check on us freshmen from Laredo, make sure we were doing okay. And she would invite us out to eat. And for those poor, starving college students, this is a big deal. But more importantly in the food was her generosity with her presence and through words of encouragement.
I have called on her many times, simply asking a question, simply wanting some information, simply needing to know something that is going on in Laredo. And rather than just giving me the quick answer and telling me what I was needing to know or whatever I called about, Melissa said, let me look into that. Let me call you back. Let me take a day or so. Can I get back to you? And in every case, Melissa has gone the extra mile. And I think in many ways that defines her entire personality.
Her kids have really inherited those attributes. They're humble, they're modest, but they work with a big heart. I love being a part of them. I love being a part of their family. And one thing that's very important is that they always give and continue giving and spread that giving spirit to others.
Despite her reluctance for personal recognition, she sees this honor as an opportunity to inspire young minds and encourage them to pursue their dreams. Her advice to aspiring entrepreneurs echoes her own motto: work hard, manage people with kindness and respect, and stay humble.
Melissa Cigarroa has been a great mentor and supporter, and I'll forever be grateful for her commitment then and now to the youth of Laredo. Congratulations and giga.
Melissa, and to your entire family, I want to say congratulations. It has been a pleasure to be a part of your life, to be a part of your journey throughout the years. And most importantly, I thank you for all that you've done to make this community a better place for all of us to live.
So Melissa, let me say this to you. I'm honored to be your friend. I'm honored that you've asked me to do this video. I wish I was with you tonight, and I regret that I cannot be there. But I want you to know how much I love you and appreciate you, and that our friendship is cherished. And my life is better because of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, join us in celebrating one of this year's laureates of the Junior Achievement Business Hall of Fame, Superior Nursing Care CEO, Mrs. Melissa Cigarroa.
I know this award is well deserved. So congratulations and gig 'em.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
Melissa Cigarroa.
Please be seated. Thank you very much. First and foremost, I'd like to thank our God for blessing me with this special evening. I'm humbled by this recognition and by the presence of so many of my treasured friends, family, supporting me. I thank my husband, Kenny, who has been a steadfast partner for me and for decades has patiently supported and encouraged my community work. To my two children, Joaquin and Sofia, you have for the past 37 years served as my inspiration to fuel for lifting the young people of our beloved community. To my daughter-in-law, Katie, for your deep love of our son, the kindness in her heart, the happiness that you have brought to us and your family. We love you. To my 5 grandchildren, Joaquin, Emmy, Rocco, Leo, and baby Rory, your sweet smiles and laughter remind me that the work is never done, that the next generation of young children need our support, and I am passionate and re-energized to provide it. But last but not least, my incredible staff at Superior Nursing Care. With their experience, compassion, and dedication, we're able to take exceptional care of our amazing community. To my parents, Tina and Eloy Cantu, although they're no longer with us, they imprinted on my heart the value of a good education. They imprinted, I realize now, they too knew that education is a cornerstone of society. It shapes individuals, communities, and entire nations. I am profoundly grateful to them for the sacrifices that they made to provide a second-to-none education to my siblings, Eloy and Tita, and myself. All the good and wonderful things in my life can be traced back to my education, which of course started here in our beloved city. I received a strong education under the strict institution of the nuns at Ursuline Academy. I learned at a very young age about servium, how to serve others, especially those in need. I also learned how to love our Lord. Equally important over the course of my life has been the friendships forged at Ursuline Academy, many of which I carry with me to this day, many of whom are sitting in this room tonight. We have walked life together through its many phases, both the joyous and the sorrowful. Their friendships, which started amongst young children in the schoolyard, have also grown into meaningful business relationships, whether it be across a boardroom, down the office hallways at Laredo National Bank, or in the medical community. I was privileged to be mentored by Jim Moore, an experienced and trusted advisor. Hard to find great mentors. They're difficult to part with, and the impossible to forget. I share this evening with you and Kurt, and sincerely congratulate both of you as well. What a joy it is to be serving Laredo alongside you. In addition to these people and experiences, they have brought so much color to my life. My education has given me access. After graduating from high school, and with the generous support of my parents in the footsteps of my older brother, I was bound to College Station, Texas. New beginnings awaited at Texas A&M, a place that would always be home to me. I gained access to professors across the state and the nation who could sharpen the way I think and shape my view of the world and my place in it. It is unquantifiable the way in which my A&M degree and experience enriched my life, which is why I have dedicated much of my time over the years helping aspiring young Americans, Laredoans, gain educational funding so that they too may reach and exhaust their potential in a way that I was so blessed to be. Returning to Laredo and fostering the young education here has felt like a calling, one that I'm deeply grateful to fulfill. Helping young Laredoans gain access and the keys to unlock their own potential ranks amongst the greatest joys in my life, second only to raising and educating my own children and grandchildren. I applaud Junior Achievement of Laredo for succeeding in this mission to empower, enrich, and elevate our young students. Let us continue to give our time, skills, and resources to foster the young minds of our future and our wonderful city. Thank you, Junior Achievement of Laredo, for bestowing upon me this great honor tonight. I look forward to continued partnerships with you and to our shared mission of opening doors of education to the young students of Laredo. I am profoundly grateful. God bless each and every one of you.
Tough act to follow. Congratulations, Mrs. Figueroa. That was a terrific story. And also, how about the kiddos? Didn't they do just an amazing job? They're so cute and so smart and so talented, and you're about to meet a couple more. So the next set of kiddos that's coming up to introduce our next laureate do have a bit of a close personal association with the honoree. So allow me to introduce them. They are Martha Krause, a second grade student, and Troy Krause, a fourth grade student at Malakoff Elementary School, who will present our next honoree.
Hey, Papa Krause, we got something special to say.
You are the greatest entrepreneur I've ever seen.
And you teach us what hard work means.
From washing cars to trimming trees to sacking groceries.
You show us how to lead.
Today, you are the best real estate developer in town.
So here's an award for all your hard work.
You are the pinnacle of business and the gateway to the love and family of a grandfather.
We love you! Let's take a look.
Meet Kurt Krause, a name synonymous with entrepreneurial spirit and steadfast determination. Born into a family of business-minded individuals, Kurt's journey into the world of business began with humble roots and a passion for hard work. Growing up in Laredo, Texas, Kurt was surrounded by the influence of his parents. His father, an exporter, and his mother, a CPA with a private practice, helped shape his understanding of business from management to accounting and everything in between.
Well, I first met Kurt back in 1987. I was working on a landscape job over at Old Falcon Bank on the corner of Springfield and Hillside, and I needed a sprinkler man, and across the street I saw this kid. He was just a kid, and he had on his truck Krause sprinkler systems. Well, I needed a sprinkler guy, so I said, well, maybe I can kill two birds with one stone. I'll go across the street here and I'll introduce myself, and maybe we can get along here. So I walked across the street and introduced myself and talked him into coming over and checking out my sprinkler for me. And so then I got him to, he and I teamed up, and I'd do the sprinklers and he would do the landscaping and vice versa. So we got to be pretty good buddies and pretty good friends. And I said, well, this deal's gonna work pretty good, I believe, so.
Well, I've known Kurt for many, many years. He has many qualities that helped him be a very, very successful man. What's very appropriate about this is that the Junior Achievement is the free enterprise system. And he talks about business, and you know, Kirk started out as a small businessman. So therefore, this encompasses the American dream that Kirk is all about.
I've known Kurt Krause for 16 years. We met when I had a little more hair, a little less gray hair, in 2008 as we were entering a recession time. And I was starting in the real estate brokerage business. Kurt was developing a few buildings, and he found himself needing help, assistance with leasing these buildings. And I was a hungry broker looking for office space, retail space, flex space, to lease.
Fast forward to 1993, when with savings from his hard work and a newfound passion for real estate, Kurt took a leap of faith, making his first investment in a vacant lot. This decision marked the beginning of Kurt's foray into the world of real estate development.
I was driving around one day over around Ensenal, and I saw a piece of property. And so I called him up. I said, hey, you interested in buying this little old piece of property? And he said, well, I partner on it. He said, just give them their earnest money, and we'll just buy that little old piece of property. So we bought that little 40-something acres right there on the edge of Ensenal. And he made a subdivision out of his. A really nice little subdivision. The first subdivision there in Ensenal with all the utilities, water and everything. And so I said, well, he's just a kid, 22, 23 years old. I said, he's gonna go somewhere, I believe.
Once he gets an idea to do something, he does complete research and complete understanding of the business itself. And he tries to connect the dots quickly. He's a consummated learner. He constantly wants to learn and understand the business in totality.
Teaching young people the skill set and mindset to build thriving communities is what Junior Achievement is all about. Kurt Krause taught me that, and I believe he can teach the next generation how to form the skill set to help our community continue to thrive.
Then he started developing there on McPherson Road. I said, this kid's going places. And then he started building a warehouse, and then he let me do the sprinklers. And let me do the landscape. And I said, boy, this is gonna work out all right. So we went on about 10 to 15 years. He'd do a house, and then he did a warehouse. And the next thing you know, he's in development. I said, Lord have mercy.
He's a charming young man, and he finds investors, and he negotiates the deals either with a seller or with a bank or with anybody. He is, an extrovert. He has that personality. He's very warm and very positive in all his aspects.
Well, he's got two boys, Tyler and AJ, and he's mentored those kids into the developing. Now they've got Pinnacle out on the Mines Road, and then they're working on the Ruthinger. They got Pinnacle too, and Tyler's in charge of Gateway out on 35, and that's going to be a big development out there. There's going to be warehouses.
Beyond his remarkable achievements in business, he's also all about family. He's a proud husband, a dad to 5, and a doting grandpa. He'll tell you that his family is what gives meaning to life. It's his biggest motivation, and he wouldn't have it any other way.
Good son to his mom, dad. He took care of them till they were gone. He's a good dad, good grandpa, pretty good all-around guy. If I was going to hang my hat on somebody, I believe I'd hang it on Kurt Krause.
Kurt is one of the most humble people that you will meet. He is a great example to follow, not just for our generation, but for the young generation.
But he also has an outgoing personality with potential customers. He's a very, very good salesman. But he's also a very good salesman because people trust him, and he establishes very good rapport with his customers.
A firm advocate for organizations like Junior Achievement, Kurt Krause is a big believer in fostering the entrepreneurial spirit in young minds, having even personally taught a class of high school junior achievers himself. For Kurt Krause, the key to success lies in embracing challenges and learning from each experience. His advice to aspiring entrepreneurs echoes his own journey. Start small, dream big, and surround yourself with trusted allies who share your vision.
Congratulations, Kurt, on a well-deserved award. I could not think of a better person to receive this award and to be part of this organization. Best of luck to this organization. Congratulations to the other recipients. God bless you all.
Kurt loves to fish. We've been hung up in trot lines and nets and fishing nets all over the coast. We've hung fish everywhere. We've had a good time. We've had a good time fishing. And I've been lucky enough to been able to mentor those kids. I hope I've taught them something through these years.
Kirk has been very successful, but he's always been very, very humble. He is what I would consider a very family-oriented man. I consider Kirk a good friend and an ambassador for the bank.
He's always given more than he really had to, and around the camp, he's really handy. He's as handy as a pocket on a shirt. He knows how to do about everything. He always brings more than what he should.
As we continue to witness our city's growth, just know that Kurt Kraus is likely behind some of it. Ladies and gentlemen, join us in celebrating one of this year's laureates of the Junior Achievement Business Hall of Fame, whose journey continues to inspire and ignite the entrepreneurial spirit in us all.
I commend you for all the success you've had. I'm glad I'm your friend, and I wish even more success in the future. Thank you.
Amongst all the things that Kurt taught me, he taught me something he learned from his father, which is the law of abundance. I would love to tell all of you about the law of abundance, but I think it would be more fitting for Kurt to tell you about it during this speech. So Kurt, please share the law of abundance that your father taught you and you've taught us throughout these years.
I'm really proud of you, buddy. You've done great. You're well deserved. I'm proud of the award you're getting, and I love you. Now he's flying the plane. Now he's got a plane, and I talked to him yesterday. He's in Colorado City, Colorado Springs. He's all over the country now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Papa Kraus.
Wow, that was awesome. Thank you all so much. Thank everybody for being here and honoring me and my family. Congratulations to Melissa and to James. It's a true honor to be honored right next to you. Okay? So many things about Melissa I didn't know until tonight. It's pretty impressive. Thank you, Junior Achievement. Oralia, you've done a great job tonight. Rudy, to the board. Pardon me. To the board members, Nancy De Anda, Ignacio Ravasso, Chendo Carranco, who nominated me for this. Thank you to all of our business partners for your trust. To all the professionals that we work with daily. One of them sitting right over there, Carlo Molano. And you're right, I am going to talk about what my dad taught me. Carlo and his wife, Monica, are here tonight. Thank you very much. Sheldon Gallegos and his team at Gallegos Paving. Casey Poole and Mike Barberie of 3E Civil, sitting right over there. Judd Gilpin, who couldn't be here tonight because his son is graduating from Texas A&M. Letty Martinez of Laredo Title. Thank you, Letty. And Sigfredo Perez, our attorney extraordinaire. A special thanks to my grandchildren, Troy and Candy, for that beautiful introduction. And to my son, Carl, who's 6 years old, who led us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you, Carl. Cross Development is truly a family business. To my sons, Tyler and AJ, I am so proud of you. You're great fathers, great husbands, and a wonderful businessmen. Keep our family strong and coach up the next generations. Watching you lead into the future is the icing on the cake of my career. To my beautiful wife, Susana, you are my soulmate. Te amo. To my suegra, Susana, gracias por mi esposa, mi vida. To our 3 younger children, we love you too much. All the way to the sun and moon and back. Carter's 1 year old, Carl is 6, and Suzette is 21. Suzette's at college right now and couldn't be here. And to our 3 wonderful grandchildren, Troy and Candy, and to Oliver, who was born 2 weeks ago and couldn't be here tonight. To my parents, Bert Krause and Marjorie Krause, thank you for bringing our family to Laredo. That was the best move you could have made. I love this city. The people are awesome. They're just beautiful and nice people. Right here. I thank my parents also for a lifetime of love and sharing. You know, I miss you a lot, and I wish you were here tonight. It takes a village to raise a child. And this child needed a lot of fathers, let me tell you. And some of them are here tonight, but some of them are not with us any longer. It's okay. John Mann, that's right. Galo, Sergio R., and Salvador Garcia Jr., Roger Joe Schwartz, Glenn Jackson. Where are you, Glenn? That's right. Dennis Dixon, Ignacio Rabasso, John Steineff, and Vigo Gruy. To the future junior achievers, allow me to share some of the wisdom that my father shared with me. Number 1, dream no small dreams, for they have not the power to stir men's minds. Number 2, start now, where you are, with what you have. And number 3, and this is one that's proven over and over again, especially lately, we live in a world of abundance. My parents taught me to have a positive attitude always. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Some of the biggest breaks in my life, and I have some stories to tell you. In 1976, my father went broke. Now, I'm talking broke. But he was not broken. That's important. The summer of 1976, I went on a sales trip with my father and my brother to Ohio. And it was our goal to sell everything he had left from his business, which was a cattle trailer full of pottery. And we didn't have a whole lot of money, but we had a great time. We found ourselves in Cincinnati, Ohio, staying at a truck stop. That truck stop had a Shoney's out in front. Have y'all seen Shoney's? It's like Denny's. We didn't have enough money to go there, but we sure wanted to, my brother and I. And so after about a week there, we hadn't sold anything, but my father got a hold of one of his longest customers. We went by to see him, and he said, "Bert, I'm going to buy everything that you have." So my brother and I unloaded that trailer. He paid my father, and we went back to that truck stop. We had enough money to pay to get out of there. And we were getting ready to come home. We had enough money to get home, but we had a little bit more. And he said, "You know what, let's go to Shoney's." And so when we walked into that Shoney's, I can still see that place. He took us to one of the corner booths, one of those ones that's kind of round. And I scooted in there in the middle, and my father said, "Get whatever you want." So I ordered up a chocolate shake. And I'm here to tell every single one of you, that was the best damn chocolate shake I've ever had in my entire life. You know what I mean? Because I appreciated it. I really did. And so going broke in 1976 taught me to appreciate life and to persevere. Great lesson. August 1980, I was 15 years old. My best friends were the Rosario Street Gang, George Beckelheimer, who was 16, Bob Simpson, 14. A little older now, right, Bob? And Jerry DeSendes, 12, who couldn't be here tonight, unfortunately. I'm honored to have you here. George Beckelheimer was here earlier. And happy birthday to George, by the way. I have one more story, the HEB number 5 story. That same year, in August 1980, I had just completed my first and only real job. 2 weeks working at the HEB number 5 on Saunders as a sacker. And that included a stint in the tent sale. That was hot. And let me tell you, when I got my check, it was $93.01. I felt pretty disillusioned at that moment. And then guess what? God intervened, literally. He sent Hurricane Allen through the Gulf of Mexico. It landed at Brownsville, and it traveled straight up the Rio Grande. The eye wall came through Laredo. Some of y'all will remember that. And it blew down my father's Palo Blanco tree. Thank God for that. Because my father called me and said, Kurt, I need for you to come over here and chop up this tree and haul it away. And in the process, I'm going to give you $150. And so I did. And in about half a day, I made $150. And I quit HEB. So HEB taught me the value of $1, and God put me into business at 15. So, great. My first business partner was Jerry DeSendes. I don't know if y'all know Jerry. He couldn't be here tonight, unfortunately. He was 12 years old, and he was my partner. I had a company called Southern Tree Service, which morphed into Kraus Lawn Sprinklers. John Steineff and I worked together for 25 years, 30 years maybe. And we got into other things. We got Kraus Development, which is our land development company, and other things. And it was a lot of fun, and we continue to have fun today. I have one more story to tell you, and this is one that's really close to my heart, and it's fresh. A very special man. His name was Vidal A. Cantu. Vidal passed away too young on November 1st, 2022. Here tonight are his wife, Mari, his son, Vidal Jr., and his wife, Morgan. You know the man I'm talking about, and a lot of you all do. This was one really good man. And he's doing a lot of good work right now in heaven, sister. And so, I had a great deal of respect for Vidal. On December 26, 2016, I had been looking to get into an industrial park. It's not easy to find land in Laredo, as you all know, especially not what we found. And so Vidal called me. I mean, this is the day after Christmas. And he said, hey, Kurt, you remember when you told me that if I came across a deal to give you a call? And to be honest with you, I didn't remember. But he told me, he said, my family is thinking about selling the ranch that we have on Mines Road. And I was very familiar with it. I'd been out there with him many times. One thing led to another, and we ended up making a contract with the family, with the Cantu family. That project, as it turns out, I'm sure will end up being the #1 project of my entire career. And I realize today that was Vidal's parting gift to me, but it was also a parting gift to his family, because two of my partners, one sitting right there, one sitting right there, they stayed in the deal. And it's a very successful project, and I thank you all so much. The Krause family will be forever thankful to you and your fine family. And in closing, thank you all. And remember, we live in a world of abundance.
Whenever anyone talks about Mr. Kurt Krause, they always say he's so humble, he's such a good friend, he's so loyal, and I think you all can see that here tonight. I'm so happy. Congratulations, Mr. Krause. Our next honoree is another very special guy. If it wasn't for him and some others, none of us would be here right now at the moment. He is one of the founders of Junior Achievement. So to give him a proper introduction, please allow me to introduce Andrea Andrade and Daniel Morales, fourth grade students at DDHR Elementary School, who will present our final laureate.
From being a teacher to becoming one of the most prominent bankers in Laredo,
our next honoree knows firsthand what it means to teach and to work in business.
more importantly, he set the stage for budding students and future entrepreneurs by bringing Junior Achievement to Laredo many years ago.
Without him, we wouldn't even be here right now.
So for educating our minds and then banking on their potential,
He is especially deserving of this award.
Mr. James Moore, your path inspires us to reach for the skies.
From classrooms to boardrooms, thank you for believing in us.
But wait, there's so much more to know about Mr. Moore. Let's take a look.
James Moore's journey is a testament to the power of perseverance, adaptability, and a commitment to education and community service. Born into humble beginnings, Moore's upbringing instilled in him a strong work ethic and a determination to succeed against the odds.
Mr. James Elliott Moore, by the way, for the audience, his middle name is his father's first name. He was named after his father, but he got his middle name.
Tall guy, and wasn't too sure about him because when I shook his hand engulfed my hand like if he was wearing a baseball glove. And you know, that was my first impression. This guy, you know, kind of a hand is, you know, he had a paw. I thought it was like more like a paw than a hand.
As destiny would have it, 30 years ago, I crossed paths with Mr. Moore when he volunteered to teach the Junior Achievement program to my economics class at United High School.
Moore's early aspirations led him to pursue a career in education, fueled by a desire to make a difference in the lives of others. Despite facing financial challenges, he pressed on, working his way through college while juggling various roles as an athlete, assistant coach, and student teacher. His experiences in the classroom and on the field laid the foundation for a lifelong dedication to teaching and mentoring.
Jim is the product. He was born during World War II. His mother worked in a laundry. She worked 12 hours a day and she earned $1 an hour. His father was a peace officer and drove a bus in San Antonio. Jim has a real passion for working with students, whether they be high school students, college students, or whatever, and making their lives more successful than would otherwise be.
We got to work at the same bank, the Laredo National Bank, and we went through several bank transitions in which he served different roles, from being a loan officer all the way to being the bank city president and later part of the bank advisory board.
our friendship through Rotary grew, and he also inspired me to then join Junior Achievement, where I just so happen to be the current president of Junior Achievement. I should be standing right over there on the stage somewhere.
Jim, to those that may not know him, he has a lot of work in education. He's been to 4 different universities. He has not only taught in programs at these universities, one community college, he actually served as the registrar at admissions office. And so Jim, in a large part of his lifetime, his adult lifetime, worked with students at the very basic level. And so he's not only a professional as a business person in banking, but he also has a rich part of his history, working experience, is in education.
Moore's path took a significant turn when he was presented with an opportunity to transition into the banking sector. Recognizing the potential for growth and advancement, he seized the chance to embark on a new career path, setting aside his initial plans for a PhD in education.
For the last part of his professional career, Jim was high up in the banking industry. He was president and CEO of 2 different banks. His last stint with BBVA Compass Bank, which was formerly the Laredo National Bank, he was on the senior executive team. So he has a lot of experience in banking.
My only regret with Jim Moore is not having met him sooner. I wish I'd have known him sooner, whether we worked together, went to college together. Well, I don't know if that would have been good, he and I going to college together. Might have done some damage there. But working together, whether colleagues or him as my boss, I would have enjoyed that very much.
We got to do business together, so I was able to interface with him in different capacities. Our long conversations and frequent business lunch meetings included many different topics, ranging from family matters to business matters to organizations in which he had served or we had served together.
Sometimes I refer to him as the walking manual. He's like Google. You just ask him something and he pretty much knows something about it. It's very impressive how he remembers everything and has a wealth of knowledge regarding any topic.
As we began talking about the things that we needed to do in the business school, I told Jim I needed an advisory council. Jim said, if you wouldn't mind, he said, I'd like to be your chair. And that was an easy decision. The business school here at TAMU is fully accredited at all 3 levels, undergraduate, master's, and doctoral level. And through our association for the last 14 years, Jim has been very instrumental in working with me to really upgrade the research and the teaching level of our faculty to build a reputation for our college. We may be, if not the, one of the very smallest accredited business schools in the world that has a doctoral program.
Beyond his professional achievements, James Moore's commitment to his family and faith has been the cornerstone of his journey. With his beloved wife, Kathy Ellen Watkins Moore, by his side for nearly 3 decades, and their blended family of 6 children and 8 cherished grandchildren, family bonds run deep in his heart. Drawing inspiration from the sacrifices of his own parents, Moore is driven by a profound desire to craft a brighter future for his descendants. Through his unwavering example, he instills in them the enduring values of hard work, integrity, and service, ensuring that these principles resonate through the generations to come.
I was able to attend one of his birthdays and to see all the people around him, his family and friends. That's what life's about, and he has his family. And, let's make no secret, the boss of the family is right there next to him, Kathy. Hello, Kathy. I appreciate Kathy. She's been very good to me. I love Kathy very much, as well as Jim. And I just admire and respect the relationship, the way they hold themselves as a family, the values and the morals that they uphold.
He enjoys having a glass of good wine. He tells many great stories with colorful details. He enjoys talking about gardening, as he once worked at a nursery. But his eyes light up when he talks about his family, which is what matters the most to him.
but he's a successful person because he enjoys what he's doing and he's very good at it. He's both successful professionally, whether it be in the banking industry or as an educator. He's also very successful in providing opportunities for students, whether they be high school students, for example, like junior achievement, or they'll be college students, for example, in terms of grants and things like that.
From his humble beginnings to his remarkable legacy, James Moore's story is one of resilience, generosity, and the transformative power of education. We're grateful to him and proud to honor him today as one of this year's Junior Achievement Business Hall of Fame laureates.
And I think I can truthfully say today that over the years that I've lived in Laredo, Jim is my most trusted, confidential friend. Jim is someone that I trusted with information. Jim also is a very frank person and would tell me about things I needed to know about individuals and politics in Laredo. Yes, Laredo has politics.
Congratulations, Jim. Well deserved. You've earned this. You are a pillar of this community. You've given so much, and you never asked for any acknowledgement, recognition. And once again, just something I respect, admire about you. Well deserved, long time coming. I'm very proud of you, and as always, I'm very proud and happy to call Jim Moore my friend.
I thank him for always recognizing my work and the work of others, and for being instrumental in the growth and development of our Laredo community. Always by the side of his dear Kathy. They make the greatest team. Congratulations on this well-deserved honor.
I want to congratulate my good friend Jim Moore and, of course, his wife Kathy for all that they've accomplished in their lives, and congratulate him especially on this day of being inducted into the Business Hall of Fame. Way to go, Jim.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome James Moore.
I was just handling this wonderful item about junior achievement from a fellow Bobcat. Mario, there are other Bobcats in the room we all know, right? Melissa, I have a folder here I brought up, but before I do much with it, I'm going to tear out that page. It's orange. I started my college career at Texas A&M. I left before they gave me the opportunity to leave, and went on to San Marcos for a wonderful career. Good evening. What a joyous occasion it is when we come together to support Laredo's junior achievement of part of the South Texas. I'd like to thank the Board of Directors of JA for selecting Melissa, Kurt, and me to the 2024 class of the Business Hall of Fame. Having been involved in JA since its inception in Laredo in 1986, it's been my pleasure to have spent 26 straight semesters in Mrs. Nancy Chamberlain's classroom. I was going to ask Nancy to stand right now, but because of some unexpected health issues, Nancy was not able to join us. We could not have done junior achievement in Laredo had it not been for Nancy allowing us to come into her classroom at United High School. And we started with, I think, 60 students the very first semester, And I heard Mario make a comment about how many students we're going to receive this year. I think it's closer to 19,000. So can you imagine what we started with 60 students is now reaching 19,000. Your participation is most important to the success. We could not have been very successful had we not had your help. Besides the 19,000 students, we have over 900 volunteers from the local schools, public schools, and the 2 colleges, besides the instructors who come out of the business field to go into the classroom and reach out and provide to our Laredo students how important it is to have a background in economics and financial knowledge. I had the pleasure to participate in all of the levels of Jay's involvement in Laredo. I will tell you, sitting in a chair in the elementary classroom is an experience, especially when I wanted to get up. Before I continue with my Jay experience, I want to introduce several people who are especially important to me. My wife, who you saw gave me a kiss, I came up, Kathy. Our blended family. We have a blended family of sons and daughters, grandchildren, and their special family and their members. I would like for my family to please stand and be recognized with their spouses or other significant others. So if you are part of our family, please stand. Thank you very much. But I have to say that my family extends it to all Daybreak Rotarians, JA volunteers, teachers, students, and most importantly, the Laredo banks with people and money and the Laredo Chamber of Commerce. Because without all of those, and I consider them part of my family, without all of those, we would not have been successful. I had the opportunity to sit on the board for Junior Achievement of South Texas in San Antonio for a number of years. And that gave me the opportunity to sit next and to interact with people you would know as B.J. Red McCombs, who owns everything in the world in San Antonio, the president of Southwest Institute, and so many others. And that's what we were able to bring to the table to reach out to all of our children and everybody here. How did it all begin? The late Ron LeDuc, the late Paul Payne, the late Joel Muniz, and the late Bill Johnson and I were the committee asked to explore the feasibility of establishing JA in our community. As a potential committee, it was charged to be supported by the Laredo Chamber of Commerce. If most of you who were here will remember, the period following the 1982 peso devaluation was a very difficult time for so many Laredo businesses, and the Chamber of Commerce was struggling to stay alive. In fact, the Chamber of Commerce was on the verge of bankruptcy, and had not a couple of Laredo banks stepped up and paid their dues twice in 1 year, the Chamber of Commerce would not have survived the initial period following the 82 devaluation. So as we began to look at that, and we know that the financial needs to have a program was $500 a semester per class. And that seemed like it was way out of reach for the opportunity from the chamber. However, one of our members, the late Paul Payne, whose family owned Laredo Coca-Cola and were the original Budweiser distributors, said, "Don't worry about it. I will underwrite the beginnings of junior achievement in Laredo." What we learned before too long was that Paul was a JA'er when he was a teenager in New England. So we had somebody who knew and understood and had the financial resources to be able to get started. My favorite, not my favorite, but one of my favorite volunteers is the late Bill Johnson. Bill Johnson and I taught with Nancy Chamberlain for 26 straight semesters. I don't know how many classes we taught, but it was over a 13-year period. And Bill went on to continue another 20 years after I left and started working in the middle and elementary school as we expanded out of the high school and began to reach out into elementary schools and middle schools all during that time. All the while, Laredo was becoming the largest land port in the United States, and our airport was becoming the 5th largest commercial airport in the United States. With that much activity, we had to prepare our students in the world of economics and financial awareness. We have businesses that have been in business over 100 years, and we have new businesses starting up every day. They all need well-informed, educated owners, employees, and clients. Financial support and professional support and personnel came from many local businesses, especially from our Laredo banks I mentioned earlier, one of the most vibrant cities in the United States. We have immigrants from all over the world. I'd like to cite some of the examples of a 100-year impact of our community, especially in the area of business and growth. Growing up in San Antonio, I was represented by one of the most colorful congressmen that Washington has ever seen, and his name was none other than Henry B. Gonzalez. But Henry B. Gonzalez was challenged on the floor by another congressman, and it didn't take 30 seconds for Henry B. to stand up and challenge him to fisticuffs on the floor of the Congress. I mentioned Henry B. because of his connections to Laredo. Many families, including the Figueroa family, the middle initial of many of their families' names is G for Gonzalez, the connection with Henry B. and his family. Although the Figueroa family is a prominent in medicine and related industries, the family has a presence in public service, school boards, city council, county commissioners, customs house brokerage, banking, journalism, and many more. Important to all of us, these businesses, is the economic and financial knowledge at all levels, from the representatives from the front door who meets your clients to the accounting person in the back room. The original owners of La India Packing Company, just recognized for being a Laredo business for over 100 years, started as a family business in the family kitchen. The family has been included in most phases of the 100-year-old business, still owned and operated by the family. Here again, all phases of operating a business are the responsibility of one or more of the family members. Junior achievement gives future business leaders, owners, or other workers the basic knowledge in all the phases of a business enterprise. Regardless if it's $1 million business or an individual operating a fruit and vegetable stand on the corner. Women have been a part of the business world from the beginning of Laredo. It may have been the farmer's wife who sold vegetables from her garden or eggs from her hens. They engaged in commerce and trade. How many of you have a grandmother that was involved in commerce and trade because they sold vegetables and eggs? 25 years ago, the Laredo National Bank recognized that many women who had worked in banking and we had never recognized them. And why did we have so many women working in businesses at that time? Well, because most of the men were in Europe fighting a war. The education of all Laredo citizens in economics and financial matters is part of the why we have junior achievement in Laredo. Recently, by making a presentation to the Laredo Daybreak Rotary Club, I was telling the story of junior achievement in Laredo. And as I finished my presentation, the Rotarian seated next to me, Richie Rodriguez, Cougar Bus Alliance, said, I was one of those students. So learning what he learned, hopefully through junior achievement, he applies in his business, and he's very successful at what he does. Richie is in his late 40s, early 50s, so you can understand how long ago that was. The impact of JA, straight from the former student whose children are now in junior achievement in the city of Laredo. One of the most prominent CPAs in Laredo when I came to town in the early 80s was Margie Krause. Kurt's mother. We worked through many financial challenges through the 82 peso devaluation. About 3 years ago, I needed to have a watchman implanted in my heart because I have AFib. One of my cardiologists is none other than Joaquin Figueroa IV, who I know as Joaquinito. He is the son, one of the children of Melissa and Kenny. He is their son, and I owe him a great deal because he helped put that thing in my heart. I learned that two of our JA supporters, Miss Aurelia Burnell and Nancy Chamberlain, have been named as Paul Harris Fellows by Rotary International, the largest nonprofit charitable organization in the world, are recognizing two of our own. Before I finish, I would like to tell a couple of interesting stories about this event and its honorees. The inaugural event was held here. It was a three-tier stage, and each of the honorees was assigned a director. And I had the great pleasure of being assigned to a real lady, Miss Josephine Brand. What an experience it was. I learned more chisme that evening than what I've learned in the last 40 years. In addition, we have had two honorees receive their awards in their stocking feet. The late Sam Johnson and his sister Betsy, who just threw a fit when he did it and told him, "Sammy, don't you dare." And he did anyway. And the other, most of you know, and I've looked to see if he's here tonight, but I don't see Chendo Caranco anywhere. There have been many other anecdotes that some of you could tell about this program and how it's made it successful. I want to thank you again for this recognition. More importantly, your support of junior achievement. As I leave, I want to ask you to pray for an end to the violence and unfavorable discourse occurring today in our world. Thank you very much for being part of my life. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you so much.
Mr. Moore has all the good stories. And he actually walks the walk with junior achievement. And that's what he was trying to say. And I just wanted to underline that before we wrap up here today. Your support here is immeasurable. And we're so grateful on behalf of the Junior Achievement Organization. But if you ever have time, if you have 1 hour of your day to spare to teach students in one of the junior achievement classrooms, there are grades from kindergarten all the way through high school. Just imagine all the life lessons that you've learned in business. If you're an entrepreneur, all the struggles and challenges that you've faced. Talking to the next class of high schoolers who tell me that they're starting to work this summer at H-E-B sacking groceries, I can tell them, hey, that's how Kurt Krause started too. In other words, they need people that they can see themselves in, people that they can aspire to be, people that they look like, that they see themselves in. And that's why we need volunteers. So if you're interested in helping out Oralia and Rudy, these two do it all by themselves, single-handedly, the 900 volunteers that they corral to teach almost 19,000 students each school year. And they could really use your help. So if you're interested in donating, even if it's just an hour of your time to help teach one of these classes, please talk to Oralia or Rudy or myself afterwards, and we can definitely make that happen. We hope that after hearing from all the outstanding students this evening, you will decide to join our growing family of supporters of Junior Achievement of Laredo. You can help JA meet the growing demand for its programs by making an impact on the future of our community. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Congratulations, Mrs. Figueroa, Mr. Krause, Mr. Moore. You all deserve it, and so much more. Thank you all so much. Have a great evening, and please drive safe.